to put pressure on his opponent or to really expand. And now Fireback Hero knows that. He's going to pick a dropship up, just harass mining that much more. And Cal with double dropship, double shuttle play. We are going to see some harassment come into play here. It looks like he's going to actually make a move. Could we be seeing the Bulldog and such? That could be a strong option. Looks like he's going to drop down here, drop 4 goons, save both shuttles. Did he save both shuttles? That's really the question right now. While he pushes in with these 4 goons, he's going to be able to harass quite a bit, and he knows that his opponent cannot. 6 goons in here now. Firebat Hero has to defend that, but he can't let his front door be too thin, and really this is being held to a minimal, I feel. Microing these really nicely, though, getting a lot of SCV kills, equalizing up the macro loss here, and now we see the shuttle fake drop himself, but with this number of tanks, these goons are going to be cleaned out fairly quickly here, and trying to drop more, and we could see this possibly. There goes one, that mine. Oh, there goes the 3 goons, and now there's only 3 left against 3 tanks. It's a battle that never goes well for Protoss. He did get quite a few SCV kills here, but Firebat Hero doesn't really have an army at the moment, but either does Cal, and Firebat Hero still macro-wise with that 4th going up and running. He's still in a comfortable situation. We do see this Temple Archives and a couple more gateways macroing up right now, but I think he needs to get his 4th going relatively quickly unless he plans on being very aggressive, and Cal's a player capable of marching in the front door and making great things happen, and we could see that come into play right now. Observer coming in, going to see that right expansion, and Cal's going to know what he's up against. We do see Fireback Hero, the Shades man himself, first person view, still moving pretty quickly. I think his slump will eventually end. I don't think he's going to slump for the rest of his career, but he's just got to mentally get into it. A couple command centers, a couple comset stations going up, just going to need those scans against the Arbiters that will probably come from his opponent here. And we do see these goons coming out, going to be able to keep these this Vulture harassment to a minimal. The Vultures have slipped by, and Cal actually has taken the inner 12 o'clock expansion, it looks like, which could be a little harder to hold, but probably I think I like that idea of taking the inner expansion, because at least you can hold the moves off with the dropships, knowing that his opponent really can't push out right now. And then, but for Cal, for Firebat Hero, he would love for the outer expansions, because then he can just drop the crap out of those. A couple Zealots being dropped. Cal doing a lot to disrupt the economy right now. This is going to be cleaned up relatively easy, but still doing, a little bit of damage, still getting a couple SCV kills, harassing, and if we doesn't micro that properly, we could see that tank go down, but we aren't going to see that. SCV's returning to go ahead and mine here, and Cal's going to be pushed off a little bit, but Cal, still throwing down gateways. Arbiter's Tribunal going up, going to be able to delay until the Arbiters get out, and then it's going to be his opponent. And now we should probably see the Science Vessel out fairly soon for his opponent. You can see Firebat Hero, that's about 10 factories, 11 factories, but he's going to be a little susceptible right this moment, because his front doors are a little thin, I feel. Is Cal going to go for it? With the double shuttles, I'm getting a little antsy here. He's going to be able to drop behind this expansion, harass a little bit, but, with the tank right there, he's going to be able to go ahead and range those, and that's what Cal's a little scared of, and he's going to have to back off, and those turrets there, he really can't move in without losing a lot of shuttles here, and that's not what he wants to do. He needs those shuttles to hold off drops later on. Now Cal's front door, or now Firebat Hero's front door is looking a little more invincible. We do have the mine over there just stopping that expansion, and now Cal's army is getting pretty big. He's off 4 bases himself, and Firebat Hero's off 4 bases himself. Firebat Hero's chosen, this is the time, and he better be careful with those goons. Cal needs to be careful. Those goons are looking like they're getting a little surrounded, and a lot of goons melting. A lot of goons right now. Firebat Hero, nicely done, but here come the Zealots of bad news. They're going to be able to come in and get right on those tanks here, and all those Vultures have fallen. Firebat Hero, it went from good to bad very quickly, but a big mine taking off a lot of Zealots here, but he's going to be able to push dock, dropping a lot of goons on top of these tanks, and his front door is going to be vulnerable. His attack has been smashed after it looked so good, surrounding those goons and picking off a lot of goons, but the moral of the story is how well Cal played that out. He was able to pick off a lot of those Vultures, and while it looked like Cal was in trouble getting those goons surrounded, but more importantly, he was able to pick off those Vultures, which made his Zealots that much stronger. Arbiters to be on the way. Crap load of factories right now, 11 factories for Mr. FBH himself, and he's macroing up really well right now, keeping the harassment to a minimal. And you can see Cal's army is pretty limited, pretty small, but Firebat Hero doesn't have an invincible force himself, taking a 5th right now. And now Cal's going to come in and try to harass. What will it be? Dragoons, more Dragoons harassment. And going to have to back off. There's a tank in position. Here comes the Arbiter. There is no Science Vessel. One stasis could be huge. Does he have it researched? Does he even need it? Wow, I didn't realize quite how many units Cal has. Cal is pushing down the throat of Firebat Hero. Gonna be able to get these Zealots right along these tanks coming with the goons. And it looks like Firebat Hero is gonna be pushed all the way back. If he can hold, that's the question. Not a lot of tanks to go against these Zealots here. No Vultures. Here come more Vultures. He's gonna be able to hold this off, sieging up, but not before losing a lot of tanks. More importantly, Cal is buying himself a lot of time and exactly what he needs to do. Now, more reinforcements on the way. We could see Cal go for the bust here. If he chooses to. Once a stasis gets out, that's what he might choose to do. Does he have a stasis? Does he even need to use it at the moment? Keeping his Arbiters alive, nicely done. And these Zealots are going to come in. Cal continuing to try to pound through this narrow choke, losing a lot of units doing so, but he has made progress, has pushed Firebat Hero back, and now he's taking this time to expand twice, it looks like. So the game has changed. Firebat Hero overextending himself in expansions, not making enough units, and his front door is the emphasis of attack right now. Very vulnerable for attack, and it looks like Cal might keep pounding down this front door and might be able to bust in a moment here. Once these Arbiters are properly teched, once they have the stasis, then he might go for that, or a recall. Does look like that expansion. Where was that? Looks like at the bottom left, Cal looks like he's expanding, or Firebat Hero looks like he's expanding, as well as command sending again to take that double gas at the 3 o'clock. But Cal is taking this time to expand all over the map and has really smashed the attacks of Firebat Hero, and things have changed in a couple of battles. Firebat Hero pushing out a little prematurely. Gonna look like it's gonna cost him right now. And he has actually absolutely no position on the map. Just controlling the perimeter of his map and barely holding on to the natural of his map. Cal playing this fairly well. Here he goes, a big minefield though, so I don't think Cal's attack is going to be able to do too much damage. But if he has stasises, then it all could change. Here he comes in. A big stasis actually taking out about 5 Vultures, which is big. But more importantly, he's narrowing that choke, narrowing the reinforcements here. And he's going to be able to push on these tanks, put a lot of pressure on. Cal continuing to put pressure on, and more goon reinforcements. He might win the game right now. Firebat Hero's going to have one hell of a time holding on, and he's going to have to back off these Vultures. And where are his tanks? Here come a force reinforcements of Zealots. Cal's macro. Those gateways are flooding units, and I think he's going to be able to run right into Firebat Hero's front door with the help of these Zealots, and more reinforcements on the move. Cal has been pushed back centimeter by centimeter here, guys, and it looks like Cal's gonna keep, and those 2 tanks go out, and that is the only thing Firebat Hero had going for him right now. His macro was not strong enough. His macro is great. He had the resources, but it doesn't matter if your opponent can break down the front door, and Cal's aggression is proving to be pretty successful so far, and he's gonna knock off this natural, and Firebat Hero's gonna have to go ahead and maybe he can hold off taking this ramp, but losing this expansion, losing a lot of ground, and Cal is not done attacking. He's going to charge right up this ramp and going to go ahead and win the game right here, I feel. And Firebat Hero, the Firebat Hero himself, has proven to be O2'd and not looking good for him at all. Nothing he's going to be able to do. And this is the point where Cal goes to those gateways and Z, and reinforcements flooding the scene, and nothing he's going to be able to do. And it looks like the game's going to wrap up from here. Cal with way too many units in his opponent's base, desperately trying to hold these off with SCVs, but there are floods of Zealots coming down to go against the only Goliaths in a Firebat Hero's base. It looks like the game is going to wrap up, even if Firebat Hero was to somehow to hold off. Cal is taking a huge macro lead in this game, but I don't even think he's going to be able to hold the front door. Maybe with incredible micro at the Vultures he could delay it, but there is no way Firebat Hero is going to get out of this alive. And Firebat Hero himself, the Firebat Hero that some love, that some hate, looks like he's going to lose this game. And you can see, oh my gosh, he is sending all his probes. Oh, Firebat Hero GGing at the perfect moment before being humiliated, to say the least. Cal, well done, well played. GG, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Cal will be moving on to play the winner of Fantasy or Aerosol, so probably Fantasy. Shaking hands, very good mannered by Firebat Hero. Not something you see every day. Enjoy it, guys. Have a good one. Thanks for listening. That's all I got. Sunday signing out. Thanks. Bye.